Stream begins. Just have been spin around for a moment. Right, there we go. Okay. Welcome to part 17 of Trails of Cold Steel 2. Last time we were working our way through the various requests. Oops, I just pressed report.
Hey there, Reed. Alright, let me hear your report.
Oops. Last time we did all of this stuff.
Marvelous. You've ranked up. This is just a little something.
A6 gives you a waterfall. A nice ultra rare quartz. Of course, we're not actually done with this segment, as we still need to do the Just Getting Warmed Up quest here, which is to kill Abyss Roads on the Gralia Byroad, which is what we're going to go and do. No need for anything else at this present moment being done. Byroad 2, so I think we'll just head to the ruins as our target location. Over the other option of... yeah, we're not doing that fight yet. I might just do it just to show what you get out of it, but I need to... yeah, I'm doing that in the finale chapter. I'm not doing that now. Mainly so I can have a lot more of my that way I can like sneakily look up a guide to remember how the fight is done more than anything else. Because yeah, by the way, at this point there is another cryptid spawned in the game, and that is in the nature park. We're not going to go there because I don't want to accidentally trigger the fight and then die of poison. So accidentally running into enemies that we are way over level to fight, because this is level 52, just means that we do an attack and it's like we destroy most of their health immediately. Like, this is just there's no need to fight them, basically. It's purely accidental. Anyways, I'm going down the... oh no, I'm going down the wrong path. I saw the turning and I thought that was the correct one. Today on Good Reasons Why Chris doesn't have a driving license, outside of needing ID, I apparently have no sense of direction sometimes. Apparently, that's not good. I should probably learn to have one. Anyway, here are the Abyss Worms. Now, there are tons of them, and they can all AoE spam you. Now, of course, there is a way to do things a little bit better, possibly, and that's to just overdrive. Maybe I should have switched out from Elliot to someone else first, but and maybe even Spirit Unification, but well. Each Abyss Worm has 57,792 health and are segmented monsters that live under the earth, causing localized earthquakes when damaged. They are weak to earth and fire, resistant to water and air, wind, and their status efficiencies does mean that you could theoretically seal them or sleep them or faint them or freeze them even. Just get them to not be able to attack. You can attack delay them potentially, but considering the number of them, yeah, don't try to hope. Don't hope for the best, basically, that's what I'd say.
Now's our chance. I'll get you up. Right.
Oh no, we can pass after this, so we're gonna actually blue lullaby and hope we put some to sleep, because then we're guaranteed crits on them. Okay, now we can go again. Now we've gotten to this situation where I'm just going to Guiding Breaker. I'm just trying to deal... what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to deal as much damage as possible, because I know what's going to hit me. And then I'm going to show you why... And if things don't go correctly, I'm going to show you why my strategy is actually a terrible one. But this is what I always end up doing. I just Guiding Breaker, because... yeah. It's a galactic bonk, and well, no, not a galactic bonk yet, but point being, we do have serum capsules. Thank you, lovely free DLC stuff that I happen to have for whatever reason, compared to previous game where I didn't. But yeah, another Gigant Breaker, and are any of them dead? No. Well, fuck. So let's show off. Earthbreaker deals damage. Thankfully, it doesn't look like it does delay spam. That's a good thing, but we are But we are basically dying, so we're going to... If you think I'm being a bit of a twat by just spamming my S-crafts, I'd rather not get area attacked 20 billion times between any of my people's turns. That's just my thought process, really. So, we've done it. We beat those abyss worms. Could I have tacked on this 5 minutes to the last stream? Possibly. I didn't though, because I stopped. But, point being, is that now we are done with the quests for this part of the game, and everyone's getting nice, lovely level ups. And I left Alyssa and Emma in the party mainly because I believe I know what part is up next. Yay! Victory!
I think we're done around here, wouldn't you say? Let's get back to the Courageous and report to Prince Oliver.
Just like last time, depending on where you happen to be, suddenly we start getting voice lines.
This is Reen.
Hi, Reen. How are the requests coming along?
Toa's lovely voice as per usual,
Oh, hey Toa.
being projected through an Arcus unit.
We just finished taking care of the monster extermination.
Really? That's great. Does that mean you've got time to head back to the Courageous then?
Yeah, sure. Don't tell me there's more bad news.
Oh no, not at all. Just come back when you get the chance.
Well, I mean, there is some bad news, but we'll let the game explain the potential bad news that goes on there. But there is good news, actually, hence the whole, oh, we've got a surprise for you. So yes, upon, oh no, wait, that's the wrong button. Upon returning to the Courageous, pardon me, Class 7 enters the bridge. We have to do the whole panning shot stuff, so anyways. We've got the monitor out. Who could it be that is on the monitor? Well, once they turn the monitor back on. Okay, Toa kind of spoils it by saying she, because really who is that? That would be a he situation. But
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
yes, it's everyone's resident it's everyone's favourite, very much a pervert to girls,
Angelica?
Angelica.
You're okay!
Angie, however you want to call her.
Well, hi there, my beloved kitty cats. How are you guys doing? I haven't seen you since the festival.
It really
Yay,
is you.
she's
Thank goodness.
back. Oh God, don't touch them.
Seriously, we've been worried about you.
Yep, as you can see, I'm hanging in there. Sorry for not being able to get in touch sooner. I'm sure you must have been worried. But this was my first chance. It's a pleasure to see you again too, Your Highness. And looking good, Instructor.
I'm delighted to see you're well, Angelica.
Nice to see all this stuff that's been going on hasn't changed you a bit.
You don't know how happy it makes me to see you safe, Angie. We couldn't contact you after you went back to Ruhr, so I was getting worried.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. There were a few little family matters keeping me busy.
I can only imagine.
I'm sure it's real fun being from one of the 4 great houses these days.
Since Angelica is part of House Wagner, one of the 4 great houses, it does make sense that we wouldn't have had any way of contacting her for a good little bit, because let's face it, probably dealing with it, probably dealing with the struggle of maybe not agreeing with what the Alliance is up to.
How are things in the Rodner family at the moment, incidentally?
Oh, you know. Speaking of our families, I heard you ran away from home, Eustace. You've got some serious balls. But yeah, things aren't exactly great between me and my own man either. With the way things are going, we're gonna have a real father-daughter squabble on our hands soon.
Well, while the visual of Angelica punching her dad in the face may be an entertaining thought,
Are you going to be alright?
Oh, I'll be fine. I've got my own supporters, I'll have you know. Anyway, part of the reason I called was to pass on a message to Elisa.
and now for my bad news that I stated.
You know where she is?
Please tell me. How is she?
She's fine, but she's been in prison somewhere that's a real pain to get. I'm still trying to figure out how to get her out of there. You just leave that to me, okay? Everything's gonna be okay.
Gunfire occurs.
Oh, sounds like gunfire.
And
Damn it. That didn't take Father long.
and so it seems like this call's gonna have to get cut short. Oh
Angelica?
dear.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to go. I'll contact you again as soon as I can. I'm happy I could hear your voices again. And don't worry about things here. I'll be fine.
Well, if I can had balls, there'd just be an animated scene of just someone on a video call just getting shot in the head, just visually, and it's like, oh god, no, and it'd just be a real wake-up call to
Angie!
everyone how that this isn't fun and games, this is war.
That didn't
But-
sound good.
But nevertheless,
I hope she hasn't gotten herself involved in something dangerous.
well, looks like Angie might be in
Orders,
some
but it still sounds
potential
like she's in a
issues.
pretty precarious situation.
Sounds like we might need to go in and help.
I hope she's going to be alright. She said Mother's been
And
in
unless
prison
his
somewhere
mother's
too.
too, I guess. Like, I guess she's important
can't
as
pretend
well
not to
since
be
she is on the
concerned.
board of directors. Blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
she did say not to worry, but
Hard to think that way after hearing what we just did.
Are you guys going to help?
Thanks, guys.
Then that makes our next destination the Nortia province. You guys are sure about this?
Whoopee, boa,
She might have been forced
Oh,
to withdraw.
woo-ah,
As
I
far
mean.
as I'm concerned, she'll
hoo-ah.
always be a part of the force.
That's how it should just be pronounced. Everyone just has to just try and be like a US Marine and just be like hoo-ah whenever they're talking about it. Just, it would just fit so much better anyway.
How could we turn a blind eye to that?
Thank you.
I don't know how much we'll be able to do for them. We're not going to find the answer by standing here. So let's make our way to Ruhr.
I don't know why I pronounce Roa. Like, there's no W in it. Well, anyway, we need to deal with all the shit that's going on in Roa Boat City and all that. I am really pleasing myself. So, of course, we'll be definitely taking Alyssa with us. So, we shall now be going to the shops. Alyssa is definitely the one person that we need, so I don't remember if anyone else is guaranteed, so we'll just make sure that Alyssa is definitely usable. And then I actually want to go down to the Orbital factory. I want to expand some slots. Right, we do actually still have Waterfall is a quite nice one actually. You do 10% more damage for every lower the foe is compared to you. So if you're one leveled over their level, you get 10% more damage, then 20, 30, 40 for a maximum of 100%. So that means if you're 10 levels higher, that's the most you can get. So the moment you hit 11 levels higher, that doesn't change. This is only really, Waterfall's only really good if you're specifically taking on enemies that you're over leveled to be fighting anyway, in which case you're just going to be doing a good job anyway. Or New Game Plus and you're doing something like Nightmare, where having that advantage of some additional attack actually is somewhat nice to have. Why do I flood on? Oh yeah, why flood on Ween? That sounds like an Elliot thing, or maybe someone else. Oh, we still haven't put fucking stuff. Oh, that's why we haven't put stuff on Miriam there. Well, talking to George, and you'll get a bit of a conversation about Angelica and all that. So you know. Anyway, modify your ordnance. We need some large stuff from Miriam, and by that I mean I think I'm gonna be smart about it. I'm gonna say that. Oh no, actually, we can just do it from here. I'm gonna say that Miriam gets to have Saintly Force and a Crescent Mirror, giving more of a support role there. But anyway, as I was thinking of upgrading some slots, especially on the mages, they need them the most, I would argue. Just a slot on each of them. What was I thinking? Oh yeah, I was thinking of upgrading the weapons. Ooh, we actually have been using up our stuff. We'll be taking Million with us, so... Well, I'll be taking Million with us, because... Yeah. Makes sense. I just want to. Anyway. Just doing this to get through the conversation, because... Yeah, of course, Toa is worried. Fair enough. Now, this is when I was going to report.
Hey there, Rean. All right.
Just getting warmed up, which gives us a bit more mirror, and... So, anywho... We are commencing our operations. Choosing to commence will cause the story to advance unless it becomes mandatory to the party. This is fine. We've got this. I don't got this. Anyway, moving along to cutscene mode while we are doing all this. So, flying the creatures close to Roa, bad idea. Moving on to the next day. Everyone's doing their jobs, and we've even gone into contact with Gwyn, who's, of course, still over in the Nord Highlands.
It sounds like you'll have no trouble getting into the Nortia province, at least.
I don't think so. The problem is getting into Ruhr City itself, or even close to it.
We can't exactly just take an airship through the airport like we're on some pleasure cruise.
And approaching the city along any of the highways is a surefire way to get arrested.
Because apparently, thank you, Marcus. You've remembered that apparently somehow Class 7 is both wanted and not wanted, because how easy it was to actually not be recognised and all that. Like,
nearby to land the courageous in the first place.
There's probably sensors in a place like there's probably like a airship detector that's like, hang on a second, that's a very fast airship. That's the courageous. Shoot it down.
That's why we're calling you, Gwyn.
So, you know, anti-air probably does exist, because, I mean, let's face it, the Bell utilised airships to not get conquered by Erebonia a long while back.
You came to the right person. I happen to know the perfect way.
You do?
You know that Spina Bay road to the west? There's this little stream that runs along it. I used to fish in it all the time back in my younger days, I'll have you know. As it so happens, you could trace its source all the way back to the mountains of Ymir.
That makes things a whole lot easier, because it means that we can just land in Ymir.
So you're saying we should
That's good
sail
news.
down from Ymir to Ruhr?
Exactly. It won't be the smoothest ride you've ever taken, what with the rapids and all, so you'll need to be careful. But I'd still say that taking that is your best bet for sneaking as close to the city as you can.
It sounds promising, at the very least.
I like it. It's just like being in a spy novel.
And you would know a thing or two about spies?
Should we make our way to Ymir then?
Let's decide who's actually going first. We can only get so many people on a boat. Thank you so much for your help, Grandfather.
Oh, think nothing of it. What kind of man would I be if I didn't help my adorable granddaughter in her hour of need?
Although I questioned about the adorableness, because of Vanessa, because actually no, Gwen can say that actually.
Daughter in my debt. Sounds like my #1 protege is in a bind too. I can't very well have anything happen to our one.
Of course, Angelica, you treat her as a protege. Of course that would be the case.
We'll help Angelica however we can. Take care, all right?
We'd go with you if we could. Unfortunately, someone's got to stay and look after the courageous. And then there's the whole...
We weren't going to be taking an entire army in there. Like let's face it, there's only so many party slots. We can't have new party members at this point.
We will.
No, we could. I just realised, would the vice fascistment count as a new party members or returning party members? If you, depending on whether you've played other games or not, in the series, you know. So anyway, yes, we can choose 4 people since Alyssa is locked in. So we're just going to slide in the ones that I want, and then, oh look, conveniently it's the same amount that we were taking anyway normally. For the purposes of later stuff, I'm actually going to take Sour. Not for this bit specifically, but for the next bit or two, I want to just make sure that Sour is properly leveled for a later part. Well, that'll probably be like part 18 or part 19, maybe even part 20. Oh god. So anyways, one very rough boat trip later, and we'll be in Nenotia province. Because I guess it would take too long to walk. Our valiant chosen people arrive. Welcome to Nenotia province, where we've got chests over that way to spend time not going in the correct direction. And there's also a trial chest here that requires ammo, so if you chose to not take it like I did, then you can't open it. Oh dears. Anyway. This also means we do have to deal with more enemies that actually are off level, like these greedy wolves that are level 85. Wait, level 85? What? Yes, level 85. It would appear that this game is much more harsher when it comes to the levels of the enemies that you are facing, making me really want to just spam crafts, because it's instantaneous damage. Damage I have control over.
Your life is forfeit.
Right.
And fuck that one for particular, then if their life is forfeit. Are they weak to earth? No, they're weak to fire and wind. Okay, but no, earth is still not a bad thing to do. They're not resistant to it, so. And that's what matters more in a way. As long as they're not resistant, then it's still an option. Like, we had a crit anyway, and we actually got Petrify on all of them, so if they did live, we would win the fight anyway, because Petrify is uncurable, unless, if the entire party is petrified, it's a losing situation, as in, if your party gets petrified, you just get gamed overed. If the enemy gets all petrified, you still have to go through the turns, which is a little silly, but, yeah, what can you do? So anyways, along this way are some chests. It's worth taking the time to go get them, just so that you've gotten them. And oh, I should have realised that was going to happen. Really do not have the CP I would like to have.
No problem.
That's out of
You're not getting away. Molten away. Now.
There. Handle this.
Oh god. Oh god, the fucking tissues aren't here.
It's my turn.
I'm sorry, Eustace is dying. Oh, hold on. I'm definitely gonna look and see if there's better armor in Rua. Okay, I got Petrified on one of them. Is it?
Let's move.
No, okay, that was the Petrified one, which means that's the one we've got to kill. Or we can miss horribly, forcing me to Platinum Shield out of necessity. Fucking game.
Too slow. Here I go.
Queen!
No problem.
Why can't you hit for shit?
It's my turn.
Yeah, the pepper from just murder. That's all.
Is everybody okay?
A matter.
In this chest, we get a Celestial Blarm.
It's a real beast of a monster.
That is a fucker we'll just try to avoid. And in this red chest, we get a Crescent Mirror. Woo! Yay! Actually, no, while we're standing here, oh, I did not make sure that... Actually, I should check. Is this got accessories? Actually, a headband and nothing else. Okay. Silver Emblem would give me some health. Skill Handbook would give that accuracy, but crit. Bone Watch would have its use. Ooh, True Gladiator Belt. Why have I not got it on me? Yeah, that's good skill handbook. Who have I got with evasion? Ah, I see. I got Wheel with evasion. I could Green Emblem bid to 25, but what's everyone's courses at the moment? Actually, thinking it through. Okay, yeah, these aren't bad. It's probably there probably could be an improvement done, but with how limited resources are in this fucking game, it just makes me think that I'm playing like some kind of survival horror game where it's like I could be more optimized, but moments. Because let's face it, Mirror is finite at the end of the day. There's so much you can do, especially when there's strong enemies about. Getting to the front of this entrance way, one has the other just has like 3 lines. Reen obviously attempts to go for the travelling from Ymir shenanigans. And of course, recognising Alyssa immediately. Finally! Someone who's actually got some level of perception. It's almost like as if at least a few of these went on the fucking lower field study. All of them if you pick the right people. Well, maybe not all of them, because obviously Crow, but still. This one, however convinces his buddy or pal or friend, insert stuff here. Nah, these are just kids. And Sarah. There's no need to think about this. I know, yeah, we have got a few that probably wouldn't fit in the army at all, i.e. all of them, but still. Whoopee! That saved us some issues. And welcome to Rua. Things may seem tense, but that's mainly just because there are provisional people about, but then again, this is a stronghold we really are sneaking ourselves into by walking in through the side door. Regardless, our job here is to figure out where the fuck Angelica has hidden herself, because let's face it, she's probably just going to be hiding behind a corner waiting for us. Actually, no, probably not, actually. If she has to be in hiding to such an extent, then we're probably better off just looking for information, at the very least, as to where the whereabouts could be. So that means looking at the map and seeing that we've got places to go, including the airport, the Daily Goods place, the RF store, which I actually do want to go into anyway. So anyway, let's start with the general goods store, because this... Behold! A forge student! And since we all have Phoebe on the ship, this is obviously Lynn! Whoopee! So, thankfully, we can now reunite them. Well, later. Once we're back to, you know, being able to get people onto the Courageous, because the Courageous is not nowhere to be seen at this present moment, but, you know. he asked for information and couldn't get any. Ah, well, at least it's good to know where Lind was. And yeah, this is a general good shop. You can get anything that you can get from there, you can get from there. And into the RF store we go. In here is Hugo! So, well, thankful that the ones he helped out are safe and sound. Hugo seems to actually be just... The whole force thing doesn't really matter too much. And Hugo is why, outside of extenuating circumstances, Heimdall's probably one of the safest places because, well, no fighting's occurring there. So Hugo happens to be able to go to places just because he's working with his business. He's working for his family's business, which is fair enough. Anyway, since we're here in this shop, nope, okay, this is not got the same stuff. I realised I could just upgrade Eustace's weapon, just something that I realised. Okay, so the RF store, not actually a plate. I forget that that's the Orbnant one. Unfortunately, there's no voiced lines for the escalators, because we had all that hilarity in Constant 1. Of course, Provisional Army people being in front does make sense. And out comes from the limo. Why, it's some drat. A Wagner, as it is. My nose. Heidel Wagner. He's the uncle to Angelica, and obviously the brother of the leader of all the Wagner, of the head of the Wagner family. Obviously, this fucker has decided to utilize doing all of the various things in the Wineford Industry building, the Wineford building, and obviously taking over the home that is of Alyssa's. So yeah, and pardon me. So yeah, obviously this whole ill business. No, the German arena wouldn't get ill. I would like to argue, Falcom, that these are meant to be human beings in your settings, mostly. Human beings get sick. Trust me. They get sick. But no, obviously not. People can't get sick. You're insane. So anyway, RF Farms is the place I was wanting to go into. Not the RF store as a whole. Shop, exchange all this, so we have a lot more money, and we have ransom blitz. We'll just get that for Sarah so she can deal better damage, and why yes, dragon skin jumpsuits. We'll have 5 of these. And 5 of these. And that way, we'll be hopefully not dying. Backwards. Now we lose out on some heart's defense, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to take because So it gets slightly lesser gear, but nah, that's whatever. And I am going to head into the hotel to get back some of me stats. Because we're not going to be heading into an area that's going to contain any ornament charging stations, nor do I want to waste items. So thankfully, that means that when we leave, we don't have to worry too much. Our 2 other locations, we can do a circle actually this way around. Go to the residence first, and then head into the church. There's probably no one in the church. I mean, most scenes in Celtic for starters. I don't think there'll be anyone else in the church. But Rower Resident 1, if we remember correctly, is where Vanilla, Mint's relative, is. Talks about. I didn't realise they were engaged. Obviously, no, they're not at this point. I think the family's just assuming things. But it's Dr. Mary, the music teacher. She's here. Fair enough. Thankfully, Mary's family is very accommodating. But Mint is on the Courageous, so we don't need to worry about her at all at the moment. Meanwhile, in the Courageous, Mint trips over a wire and boom. But no, that's obviously not going to happen. Obviously, that would be too humorous. The Courageous blowing up. What hogwash. So anyways, Instructor Mary will be remaining here for the time being, though we'll be able to recruit in the future. And into the church we go, which is our last location. We don't even head all the way up to the bit.
I'm pleased to hear that everything seems to be going well for you. I believe it was the goddess's guidance that brought you here after all. I may be limited in what I can do to aid you, but know that you have my full support.
Thank you, Father.
Hi,
I
Angelica.
will keep striving to do everything I can. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Now, if you might be thinking, oh, Chris, you spoiled a thing. Don't worry. This whole thing where they're confused will only last all of a couple of minutes.
Cathedral. Have you all come to pray for the goddess's guidance?
It's Angelica's VA, and I can see the purple hair. I am also, this is just, it's plainly obvious. I'm just going to break the illusion that, oh, who could this be? Like, you don't introduce a character secretly like that.
Strange.
Just to,
I've never seen her around here before.
just for it to just be nothing at all. Like,
Kind of an odd time to take your vows as a sister.
True. I guess the church may be working on its own independent initiatives to bring the war to an end.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Alyssa, but the church is a bit busy putting more resources into Crossbow right now. Because, let's face it, and spoilers for sure, number of Dominions in Cold Steel 2, 0. Although there is dialogue to do with one. There is dialogue to do with one that's travelling around we just never actually encounter for whatever reason. And that is plot relevant for things that we then learn of other characters in Cold Steel 3. We didn't need to talk to this guy, but this guy basically talks about how, oh yeah, that's the new sister. It's just how it is. Number of Dominions in Ashore? 2. And one of them is playable. So... but okay, to be fair, at the time when Ashore got made, we got to keep in mind. Oh yeah, you have to go to the airport. That's the last location we haven't actually gone to. Do keep that in mind that in Ashore, the 2 Dominions, one's playable, and the other is former main character actually, due to Sky the Third. So you know, fair enough, I would argue. But yeah, no, the church isn't doing shit during the Civil War. from a crossbow perspective, the Civil War just kind of resolves itself after certain revelations are revealed, and Noble Alliance or the Noble Alliance lose horribly or something. It doesn't matter how it happened. What matters is they lost, and then Bonia does whatever Bonia does best. From an Eponier perspective, shit's fucked in some parts. Anyway, there's an airship about, but besides that, there's nothing else that really can be done here. And let's face it, who would want to just store someone away in an airship when there's probably other places you could put them? So, with that done and dusted, we actually have now run out of leads. Seriously, the Mysterious Sister is pretty much the only lead, but they're not going to consider it as much for dumb reasons, I would argue, but oh well.
We're not getting anywhere.
Half my nose is just burning itself up. It's fun.
The city's so completely under
It's
control.
not fun. I am better though, comparatively to the other day.
That's for sure.
So
Wandering around's given us a lot of information, but none of it actually relates to why we're here. There'd be something we're missing?
thankfully, before we basically walk around in circles going, I have no idea what we're doing.
Someone in the Courageous either. There's no way they're within calling range.
Well, only one way to find out who our mystery caller is. Hello?
Is that you, Elisa? It's Yuna. How have you been?
Yuna, what a pleasant surprise. I'm doing just fine. How about you?
How convenient that someone's learned that Alyssa's about and happens to phone her.
I realize this is a bit sudden, but could you come meet me at the diner? We've got something really important to discuss.
If it's that important, then sure. Hold on. How do you even know I was back in Ruhr?
I'll tell you that when I see you.
Really running the risks here of it being a 50-50 chance of enter. Ah, perfect. We actually know where your mother is. We'll just take this underground tunnel. You can get to her really quickly.
She hung up on me.
To the moment you enter, freeze. You're surrounded, and it's just the entire of Rowen's Imperial.
Friends, right?
No, a provisional guard just being like, we've got you.
She told me she has something important to talk to. She wants us to meet her at Devance's diner near the city's.
It's not like we've got any better lead. Let's head on over.
When I was potentially acting up a side, yeah, that's literally our only thing we can do at this point is go to the diner.
Well, it's open. There aren't any customers in there, though. Yuna, Devance, are you in there?
Oh, there you are. It's open. Come on in.
Well, if you say so.
Thanks.
And as it takes one step in, some kind of leg trap occurs and she's just now dangling from the ceiling by her foot going, help!
Yuna, Devance!
I'm coming up with much more interesting things, alright? That's what I'm doing.
Friends with you. Oh, I've missed you, Elisa. I'm so
This is the most voice lines these two generic NPCs get in literally this scene and only this scene, really.
Yeah, so what was it that you wanted to talk to?
Oh, you know.
Please, allow me to explain.
I don't think Angelica's graceful, but whatever.
I've been eagerly anticipating your arrival, Class 7.
Sister? Wait, didn't we just meet you back in the cathedral?
The only reason why I may be thinking of complaining this a bit too much is because it's plainly obvious from a player's perspective. But I guess in character sense, you think of Angelica. Yeah, it's Angelica. And then you think of a sister of the church. Actually, you know what? Look at that. You know what? Actually, based off of some of the other sisters that have been in these games before, this isn't that shocking actually. And oh my god, how could it be? Oh my! Oh. I'll make myself laugh. I'll beat myself up for not being funny later, but still, Angelica.
wonder whether it might be you, but I'm still shocked I was right.
I never would have expected to find you in that getup of all things.
What sort of gap would you expect, Wayne? Because my mind's gone into the gutter immediately,
You're the last person I picture when I think sister, so the thought never even crossed my mind.
Did my disguise work
Well,
even
falling
better than I
Wayne doesn't matter, I'd argue.
Finally, all that crap that got drilled into my head on how to be a lady while growing up came in handy.
I suppose that's one way to put it to good use.
Moving right along. What made you disguise yourself in the first place?
Oh, I'll explain that while I'm bringing you up to speed on everything else. Devance, you mind bringing out some hot drinks for us?
Sure thing.
Woo, safe location to talk about everything. Yippee. That's good, because otherwise you'd be standing in the middle of the street and someone could just overhear and be like, hang on a second. I hear people talking about how to stop the Civil War being on the Noble Alliance side. Guards, get them. That's so easy to happen. So yes, of course all the factories are now forced into working for the Noble Alliance, which means more soldates are going to be in production, because let's face it, that was what was secretly being produced. Angelica wants to try and figure out a way to do something about the whole evil side of the things, and so has actually managed to form a form of resistance group. Which is why we were able to get into where we're to begin with. But some soldiers are on Angelica's side. And Angelica's father also has a bit of a guilty conscience when it comes to some of the things that have done. Mainly involving the royal family. Which is fair enough, actually, because at the end of the day, the nobles are like, oh, it should just be back to the way it was. The Emperor saying what goes and that goes, and none of this Osborne shenanigans, blah, 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 blah. So, you know. So you got Wagner not being too happy about what happened with the Emperor, getting captured and all that. And you've got Eustace's dad being an idiot, thinking, I know, I'm going to cause shit to occur, and that will somehow get me a higher standing than that bloody Kyan. You got Kyan doing whatever it is that he does here in Constantine 2, and then you get High Arms doing jack shit, or at least not doing anything that affects Eastern Arabonia. One of the issues of this game not actually taking place at all ever in Western Arabonia is you don't have to deal with all of the Noble Alliance's great houses, really. We just mainly deal with Albawea. It's like he's one of the biggest villains of them all in this game, is Duke Albawea. So it's so weird. But, so, Angelica's managed to stockpile a few resources. That's good. Any resistance movement needs that. Now, we don't actually have to fight Angelica's dad. That will be in pure cutscene form as she takes him on one-on-one. That is just a thing that they plan to do. But everything else, however, we can happily be involved. It's like I'm breathing clearly through half of my nose, and then the other half feels like it's got a blockage of some kind, but air's still getting through, so it's causing a sound, and it's just like, ah. I'm glad that I now just have like a more normal cold instead of a fucking head cold that pulverizes my brain and makes me think that I'm slowly melting on the inside or something. Like, that's just not fun. That's not fun anyway. Angelica apologizes about what happened last game, because it wasn't Reen's fault. Though Reen does want to make everything be his fault, and we'll see that in Constantine 3. Anyways, Angelica is going to be getting our help now, which is good news. We have the objective to go to the Iron Mine, because that's apparently where she's where certain Alyssa's mother is being kept. Anyway, apologies from the pub. We report to Toa because we need to do so. I think that is a screenshot from earlier in the game, potentially. I don't know. Point being, that's just a picture for the purposes of the asset. Fair enough. Anyway, so Angelica being Angelica aside, it's good that we've been able to get into contact with the Courageous, which means that we're able to coordinate some form of efforts when it comes to once we get a hold of the white parts of the city or something. I don't know. I forget the exact proceedings, but point being is that having access to the Courageous would actually be kind of useful. But yeah, the Iron Mine. I said the objective a little early, but it doesn't matter. Arena's on the Eisengraph, which is a very fast train. So, unfortunately, if it does leave, we won't be able to catch up to it because the universe is yet to invent the Aston Martin DB9. Yes, I am referring to Top Gear. But point being, security handled by Jaegers, of course. Why is my hand hurting so much? I'm not even using this hand. Like, the pain started during last stream. I just didn't notice it as much. But this is my left hand that hurts. My left hand goes here on the controller. Like, it's from movement. This hand is the hand that I hold on to during the cutscenes because it's pressing A. You just press A or leave it on auto and it will do so over time. Anyways, we know what we're doing. At least. So, go to the mine, free arena, rescue the Wine Company headquarters, and then head to the Schwarzstarch barrier, or is it Dunkirk barrier? I don't know. It's very German sounding. It's just how it is. And so, of course, we've got our mission. But sucks. No, but anyways, shit joke aside, there is actually one thing we can do before going to the Iron Mine. Well, two things. The first one's quite simple because Angelica's in the party. Temporarily increased to 7 and returning party member. Angelica is equipped with Emblem, the best designed Master Quartz in terms of the artwork, I argue. Please, if you're seeing this on my YouTube channel, then you'll know why. That is my profile. That's my channel profile picture. But yeah, all battles will have a chance of becoming triple advantage. Battles initiative by foes are no exception. So for this part of the game, Angelica, kind of nice to have. Also, she does get some nice, good ups to her strength stat. If we go to a Master Quartz page, we can't actually look at it. It's why they give us that explanation now. Because we don't have it. Angelica has it. Now, no. Oh.
Well then, off we go.
She puts the thing back on because, obviously.
Naturally, I'm as loved as Adios herself around these parts.
Is this really her?
Well, anyways, maybe potentially getting a bit flustered. There is actually one other thing we can do, and that's head in this direction. And the funny thing is, Falcom are dicks. Okay, Falcom are actually arseholes for this. If you head out here, then Angelica suggests at least heading out to take a bit of a scouting, even though this is something that you don't need to do. So yeah, we got Triple Fetish by just walking right in front of the enemy. And Angelica is quite nice to have for this bit. I'm just going to do that on the thing because it did reset my links. Yeah. Ween! You're meant to hit the enemy! Damn you!
Now
But yes, Angelica can overdrive with Reen immediately. The game outright tells you this. This is just how it is, because Reen is the one that the overdrive stuff is being funneled through in the first place. Right, and it's a mechanic that doesn't... well, reworked versions of existing constants of some mechanics.
Can you not say things?
Did you say something about Alyssa being sweaty? I highly recommend Alyssa like putting something over her shoulders just so that her armpits are covered. Then in that case, I don't want to. You know what? I'm probably going to do that off stream. I'm just going to go and look up. Has anyone drawn anything where Angelica is licking Alyssa's armpits? Not out of a sense of perversion, out of a sense of I have a feeling someone would have done that by now. It just seems like something that would be done. Anyway, there is a chest over there, chests over there, but our objective is we can head along here and grab them while we're doing other quests that will be available once we are done with the Rua stuff. I'm just doing the thing that Falcon were dicks about, and we don't even have access to the bike because we leave it on the Courageous. They're just right. But yeah, Naughtier Highway 3, new area. Naughtier Highway 2 might actually be new. I don't remember. But Naughtier Highway 3 actually is also where another shrine is. Whoopee! Another shrine, let's go do that. Woo! Heading along this way, which is towards the Ignis shrine. Gee, I wonder if it's made out of fire, because the other ones were made of like earth and wind and water. Yeah, man, I don't know, this game lets you I forget. This game lets you go quite far.
I don't remember there ever being a path here.
Are we even able to get the chest?
I wonder.
Phantom Phobia, that's cool. So yes, we can actually walk all the way up to the Ignis shrine. That I forget that you can do that. Huh. You can tell that like, the only time I've actually gone this way when doing the main story is on New Game Plus. Cause anyway, so once again a shrine has appeared, but because Celine is actually canonically doesn't need to be here for once, I guess we're not allowed in there because. But no, Angelica says that that we don't have time to go down there anyway, so. Yeah, we can't enter the Ignis shrine at this point. So, unlike the other three shrines, there isn't actually the first part of the shrine. We'll see that when we go into it later. Instead, it just goes straight into the second part, the part that we can't normally go into when it comes to the other shrines, and we have to wait until later anyway to be able to get access to them. I was near to this chest, might as well grab it. EV charge free, has its use. Oh, enemy. We have to use the spit because I'm still getting some form of phlegm in my mouth every so often from my nose. It's just like just trying to keep my nose clean, and it's just No, that doesn't work. My brain doesn't want to work because there's no. I can't do a joke about piercing her fail. That doesn't sound right. And also, that's me trying to come up with a reference to talk about Pierce the Fail, a band. That doesn't work. My brain needs to think better. It needs to, 100%. It's just not otherwise. Like. I just double checked on Twitch while this is doing its thing. Nice work! You streamed 2 hours in the last 7 days! Oh, I'm sorry I got ill. Fucking Twitch. I think I preferred it when it was like, hey, you gained more followers this month than any other month. It'd be like, yay! Progress! But now. So. So obviously, your AP gets increased by 2. Yay! That is a secret AP increase that you wouldn't know would be an AP increase because you'd think, oh, we can't get to the barrier. That would basically, if Angelica showed up there, that'd be like a terrible idea. But no, you can, and you can even head all the way this way into the West Room. West area. Like, I mean, there is actually a reason to do this. Margarita's here. Obviously not too happy that she doesn't know where Vincent is. Oh, what a shame. And also, Miriam's here. What the fuck? Yeah. Why would you sneak away from your family? Ah, obviously, the love for Vincent. Well, poor Vincent. Well, actually, you know what? That sounds mean. But to be fair, Margarita in the first game did make biscuits that were... She was trying to, like, do the whole love potion into biscuit thing. Whether it was actually successful or not, we don't know, because no one actually ate them on the screen. But her strategy certainly, let's say, would be not a good thing regardless of who it was she was doing it to. But anyways, I won't say stuff because, you know, I don't want to say everything about Cold Steel 3 and 4, but we'll see Margarita again later point in the series.
Do you mind if we stock up in Ruhr first?
Because, obviously, but that's something I could say with most of the 4 students that are actually named. We do see a good number of them in Cold Steel 3 and 4, actively just about in the world. And it makes sense. Because at the end of the day, it makes the world feels like a living, breathing world. Of course, there will be times when you will run into people that you've known from school. That tends to happen. The only reason why it wouldn't happen is if you die. That's the grim answer. You move away from everywhere, from a location where everyone happened to live. That can happen if you were, say, living in England and you moved to somewhere like, I don't know, South Africa, then, you know, things would be vastly different in terms of whether you would know anyone that was there or not. And there would be purely coincidence on that one. That one isn't relatable to me specifically, but I think the next one would be. The third option is that you just never leave your house, and therefore, of course, you would never keep up appearances with anyone because you don't leave your house. It's just how it is. Or apartment, or mother's basement, or even the family that own the house that you snuck into and are hiding in their attic for. That's the very creepy option. But nevertheless, of course you wouldn't be able to keep up appearances if you chose to just never go outside. The coronavirus definitely helped on that one. We can argue that. I think I've said it before and I'll say it again. Man, being an isolationist during the coronavirus was a great thing. I didn't have to be forced to go outside for a long period of time. What could possibly be better than that? So anyways, although we can stock up on any supplies, the Sachin Iron Mine is our location to get to. Behold, the panning shots. Elliot remembers getting beaten up by Crow. Makes sense. I think, yeah, Elliot would probably be the optional party member that would say it out of all of them, because he was the only one that isn't mandatory for this bit. That, yeah. What? I punched a bit of crystal rock, whatever these things are called. Cryon bits. I forgot the last side name. That sounds dumb. Anyway, no, we are not doing the damage I would like. I miss domination.
It's my turn.
Oh.
Time to shine.
Oh, how long have I been streaming for? 1 hour, 4 minutes. 30 seconds. Okay.
Now, try this. It's my turn. Hey. Here I go. Let's move. Here I go. Choose your fate.
Ooh, we missed when it does frost edge. Ooh.
Right.
Well, while Angelica is frozen today, we kill the enemy.
That takes care of them.
You know, I'll just stand here for a second. I need to think this through because of the time of day it is. My back's starting to feel a bit, which is not good. The fact that it's still happening. Maybe it's also because my body is a lot more stiffer still from the multiple days of me being unwell. I don't like the idea of just stopping randomly. My mind is focused more on doing streams.
Well,
I can actually walk and think this through. Let's see. It's probably going to take another hour and a half to get through this stuff.
that one looks nice. Try to...
Directly drill a furniture on this enemy. My nose is actually bunging itself up. I'm actually just going to see if I can win. I'm not going to fight them. Oh, it's a monster chest up here. You know what? Since we've got a few of Roa here and the rest of our location here, next time we'll go and rescue Arena and then deal with all the other stuff to do with Roa. And that will include a Roa stopover day, which will mean we'll get bonding events. That will be next time when we play Cold Steel 2. Basically, I think the case of the matter is that I'm still not 100%, just like yesterday. Just, you know. I'm trying to get back into things and my body's going, no, please don't. So, for those on Twitch, I hope you like the live experience. That's really all I can say. Follow if you like seeing it so you can get notifications, hopefully, that when I stream. For those on YouTube, like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel if you like to see more stuff. Just in general, I do have other things in the works, like my Mass Effect 2 playthrough, and of course that's when I stream that. There's still VODs, and of course we are getting, what day is it today? And of course in a roughly week's time, of course Persona 3 Reload. I definitely want to be playing that, so look forward to that. Anyways, this is all I sort of say for now. Rambling on, etc, etc, etc. Yeah. Until next time.